Hi, today's Tech Tuesday is an extension of the previous ones that we've kind of been talking about, where we talked about activity restrictions and activity completion. Then we talked about gamification and how to use those things in gamification. There's a new one that I didn't get a chance to talk about last week, which is called the stash box. And the idea of the stash box is that while they're reading things on your course, they collect things and put it in their stash box. So maybe, depending on the class, applicable to you to make basically it's kind of like hiding Easter eggs around your course and making it that they have to pick them up to complete them. So the way it works is, first of all, you have to have an activity. So you could use any activity. In fact, I'm going to just go ahead and go into my course introduction here and say that the course intro here is the activity, and when they've read it, they're going to pick up an item that I'm going to put here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my course, and in order to do this, I've got to add a new block called stash box. So I'm going to go over here on the bottom left hand side, and I'm going to add the new block down here that says stash. So I add the block called stash. I'm going to drag it up over here to the top right just so it'll be easier for us to see where we're doing this. So I'm going to use the drag feature, and we'll drag it up here in the top right side so it's just underneath my calendar. Actually, I'll put it right above my badges right there. So now I've got my stash. So now I'm going to basically make it so people can add things into their stash. So to do that, I'm going to go to Setup, and then it's going to have a list of the items that they can add. There's none there yet because this is the first one I've added. So I'm going to click Add an Item, and I'm going to type Course Intro. So see if they picked up the Course Intro item, and I could call that anything I want to. It's totally up to you. The next thing I want to do is to add a picture, and so I'm going to click the Add a Picture, and okay, so when we go to add an image, we have a new option called Wikimedia right here. And so if I choose Wikimedia, which you can upload a file just like you always could do if you wanted to, but I'm going to choose Wikimedia, and I'm going to use the word welcome to look for media files related to that. Now your default size is going to be bigger than that. It's 1024, but I'm looking for small things to use, so I'm putting 200 by 200 is the max size. I'm going to hit submit, and then I start to get pictures that I can use, and I already looked. I'm going to use the little Google one down here. There's a welcome to Google. I saw it down here. Let's see if I can find it. Maybe I'll just use the Microsoft sign this time. Okay, so you use any one you want to. You can change what you want to save the name as, or you can just leave it alone and say I select this file. So now you've saved that as a picture. I'm going to go Save and Next now, and then it says where are you going to put this. I'm going to put it in the course intro block. Supplies is how many times they can pick it up. Like you could say there's a whole bunch of them. You could say there's only one of them. I leave it at one. And how often can they go and collect this? And that only affects it if the supplies are higher. So I'm going to say once an hour, but if I said unlimited, they could go back and pick that up again. I'm going to say Save and Next. And then it's going to look like this picture, and they're going to have the word pick up there to add it to their stash. And what I need to do that is I have to take and copy this snippet. So I'm going to just copy and paste this. So I'm going to hit Control C to copy it. And I'm going to go back to the main screen. And so now I've got that made. Now I have to put this here in my intro where I want it to be pick-upable. Poor choice of words, but we'll go with that. So I'm going to hit Edit Settings. And I'm going to get into the HTML down here of my I can statement of what we're going to do the first day in my class. And I have to hit the expand, and I have to pick the HTML button. So when I do that, now it's going to turn into HTML language. Doesn't matter. I'm going to go to the end of it and paste that snippet right on the end. And then when I go back, you can't see it yet, but I'm going to hit save and display. Now when kids come there, they're going to have the I can statement, and they're going to have the ability to pick that up. Look, it's gone. That's because I just picked it up, and it won't show up again for an hour, because that's what I said, if it's unlimited. So the idea of these is that you drop Easter eggs around your course where you want kids to read, and then they collect them in their stash. So when I go here to my stash, I would then see what kids had what in their stash on that report. And if I was a kid, I would be able to see that I got that stash in my item. I will go ahead and log on as one to kind of show you. So I just logged in as Ian Miller, and if he was to go to our course introduction, by the way, you can see he's got nothing in his stash. So if he goes to the course introduction and goes into the icons, now it shows there, and I go and pick it up, now it's gone. And if I go back, now it shows that item in my stash. So as he finds things in the course, they will show up here in his stash. And the idea there again is to get students to look for content on your site, and to find things that you want them to find, and to make sure that they've been there. It's an easy graphical way for you to do that, but the idea is to try to make it fun for them to be visiting your Moodle site, and that's part of gamification. Again, doesn't apply to everyone. Some people are going to see this as a silly thing to do. My students just go there because I told them to, and some people are going to realize that some students are motivated by other things, and doing the gamification may get them to look more at your Moodle course and make sure they're reviewing the things that you've got there for them to look at. So that is the new item called Stash, which is part of Moodle gamification. And that's all I've got for you today.